Adam here. Looks like I color coded my set to match this sucker. I got the red neon, I got the red Craftsman. If you own a wooded lot, a lot with trees on it, you have to have a backpack blower to keep up with the amount of leaves that are generated each fall. Or you're just gonna spend hundreds or maybe even thousands of dollars to have other people remove your leaves for you. I had this handheld gas-powered leaf blower that I used for years, and it was great, and it recently broke. So I went online, did some research. This is in Consumer Reports top 3 recommended backpack blowers, highest one of their like third highest rated blower they have on their website. And it's got the trigger figure. It's got the trigger throttle hold here, lever. It's got off switch here to kill it. You can adjust where you want this to be just by loosening this nut. So depending on the length of your arm and what's comfortable, you can just move that along there. Has a 51 cc motor that runs on 50 to 1 gas oil mix. Yeah, that's funny. 51 cc motor with a 50 to 1 gas oil ratio. So easy to remember that. Generates 600 CFM, cubic feet per minute, up to 600 cubic feet per minute. That is a lot of cubic feet per minute, up to 220 miles an hour out of the end of this thing. The hose is 3 pieces. So you can actually make it shorter if you want just by pushing this button and sliding it out. I really like that feature. My old one was not easy to shorten the length of the hose. You know, sometimes you may want it really close to the ground if you're pushing big piles. And but I haven't fired this sucker up yet. It just came. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fill it up with 50 to 1 gas to oil mix and take it out, show you it operating, and then come back here and tell you what I think about this bad boy. And I have been blowing leaves for a long time, so I will give you my honest opinion on whether this is worth it or not. Okay, this thing comes with enough to mix 1 gallon of gas at the right mix. That's 2.6 fluid ounces. This is actually 1.5 gallons. So I had to use a little bit more to fill this up. I like this. It has fuel stabilizer built in, and then it has that little measuring cup at the top. And that way you know exactly how much you're putting in. Like, that's almost 1 ounce right there. So I had to put 3.9 ounces in this, and then I'm gonna fill this tank up. 10% max ethanol. Honestly, I hate ethanol. I know it's clean, but it takes too much energy to make, and it subsidizes the corn industry too heavily. Gas tank's pretty large, way bigger than my other one. Same size engine. Okay, oh nice, just spilled all kinds of hydrocarbons. Dumb. Okay. Cap's not going on very easily, I don't like that. Not sure why. Okay, there it goes. Okay, blower like this, you should always use ear protection. These are really good rated, or you can put the big ugly headphones over, or both of them. So I always have to have ear protection when I use something this big. It has the instructions right here on the side. So fully press 10 times the bulb that's right here. Oh, you can see. That's like 4 times it had gasoline in it. Number 2, move the lever to 1. So lift this lever up. Number 3, press cruise control down. Must be this. Step 4, pull 5 times and then move lever to 2. Oh, yep. Okay, well, I was going to go back into my studio and give you my thoughts on this, but I thought instead of going up there, I'd just tell you right now. So, number one, you saw I had a little struggle starting it the first time. I ended up getting it started. I turned it off at one time while I was using it. First crank started back up, so I'm not really worried about that. Every 2-stroke engine takes a little getting used to based on how much fuel you put in it and choke and all of that. So not a big deal. I started to sweep some of the leaves here in the driveway, and far more powerful than my handheld, but I wasn't as impressed with it. And I was like, well, why not? So I kept using it, and it's been raining and snowing here for about a week. So the leaves were heavier than normal. So I finally got to a spot where it was apples to apples. I had this ice frozen on top of a couple of landscaping buckets that I have. And I used my neighbor's backpack blower to try to get the ice off of that a couple weeks ago, and didn't do so well. This thing blew it off right away. And then when I got on my paver patio, just absolutely blasted the leaves. So like apples to apples, dude, this thing is insane, really strong, really powerful. The arm doesn't, I mean, you're really limited on what you can do with this. Sometimes I like to come way out here and push back, and you can't really do that with this. So you have to come around and then push from that angle. So that limits some of my leaf sweeping opportunities. And then on the loudness scale, that's not a spec that makers like to talk about. There's kind of loud, there's loud, there's freaking loud, and then there's this thing loud. This thing is stupid loud. Those earplugs, I definitely would use those and the headsets over them because it's loud. And one thing about the backpack blower is you smell some of the fumes because the motor's so close to you. That's okay, I guess. I'll see what it's like in the summer months when it's hotter out. It pulls the air through your back, so it feels kind of cool here in the fall, early winter. But I'm guessing in the summer that's going to feel pretty good. So overall, I give it an A. It's a great blower.